Yo, what's up, YP family? Today, I'm excited. I can't lie, I'm excited. I'm really enjoying the podcast so far. Today, we talking about a good, delightful topic, and I would love to hear what this young lady got to say about this topic. Today, I'm here with my beautiful people as well. As y'all know, we got Sophia, Amber, Zane, and Kamaya. Sorry, Alina's not here. We're going to make things work out. So I'm going to send it over to Kamaya, and we're going to go from there.
Hello, my name is Kamaya, obviously. My topic today, I'm going to be talking about social media impact, and I actually prepared a poem for the opening. So here we go. Social media, a double-edged sword, can lift us up or throw us overboard. The platform that connects us with ease can also bring us down to our knees. We scroll through feeds of perfect lives, Photoshop filters, and filtered lies, comparing ourselves to others' highlight reels, ignoring the struggles nobody feels. The pressure to maintain an image, to gain likes or followers, a grim skimmage. Society's standards we try to meet, but the pressure can leave us feeling incomplete. But on the other hand, social media can uplift, broadcasting positivity in an instant, spreading love, hope, and inspiration, a powerful tool for worldwide communication. It can help us find our voice, raise awareness, and make a choice to stand up for worthy causes, breaking shackles of society's causes. So let us embrace social media with care, being mindful of the impact we share, using it to empower and lift each other, creating a world where everyone can discover.
It really shows the struggle that people go through, but also the benefits that would want to engage into that get involved on social media.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It really does. I appreciate your poem because it shows both the flaws, but also the but also the It basically shows why it's great to have social media, but also the problems that come with it, and why it's a great way for people to actually try to improve things instead of encouraging the wrongness that some people choose to do.
Yeah, me personally, I have a love-hate relationship with social media because I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but for instance, celebrities like Lizzo. We all know Lizzo. She's a queen. She deserves everything. But she's on the bigger side, right? And think about it. If, like, she was posting on social media without being famous, just being Lizzo, being a bigger girl, 9 times out of 10, she would get hate. Just for the fact that she, like, society standards. Girls are expected to look a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, you know? Like, skinnier on the skinnier side, faces full of makeup, delicate. But if Lizzo was just a random girl on the internet that wasn't famous for her, like, wonderful singing, she would just be another girl on the street that everybody would shame for her size, you know?
Yes.
I would like to comment on that because I can relate to that. Like, you'll like just see like a chubby girl living her life, like doing a dance on TikTok, or maybe just making a funny joke on TikTok or Instagram, and everyone's like, "Oh, I see crumbs on her face. Leave her alone. Let her live." And it's like it's not even it's sad.
I've seen, like I said, I have a love for hate relationship. Social media, I feel like TikTok, it's a overly, like, sometimes it's a nice platform, other times it isn't. It depends on what you post, who you are. I've seen, like, bigger non-famous girls just go up on social media, be dancing, having fun, and there will be so many comments, like, just uplifting them, and any hate comments that are shaming them for, like, what they're doing or something. Like, those comments will immediately be shut down, deleted, reported, or blocked, just because people, like, the world is changing. There's still mean people, but we are certainly starting to slowly become nicer to each other. Because, like, think about suicide, for instance. So many people have killed themselves over social media, being told how to look, how to act over social media. And I guess people are now just really starting to realize how social media could be such a big impact on how people feel about themselves. So they're trying to change it to make it some nicer platform, you know?
I agree with.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't use social media because of that, because I always felt judged or, you know, the bad stuff that I seen under my comments. So I don't use social media because of that. And not gonna lie, it hurted me to see hate comments under people's pictures. Like when I look on Instagram, when I see hate pictures, it had me thinking like, why is there so much drama on social media when people just can sit down and talk it out? So I don't get that. Like it's levels to it, but it's not really, how can I say it? Is the word I'm looking for. It's like traumatizing to people to see the hate up underneath the comments, and you know it's a lot towards it, and I feel like nobody on earth should go through that, but it happens. This is life, and like you said, we slowly getting nicer to each other and opening the box. We opening that box bigger. Like the box was closed for the past years, but we slowly opening the box up. And I feel like in the world's time being, we should always have that box open no matter what. Like we family, white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I feel like we should all love each other the same as we love others. Like we should treat others the same with respect. Like it's not, if it's no ands and buts about it, I feel like, you know, Brown, you want to disrespect us, but at the end of the day, we all in it together. Like we never letting up. Like we in this together. We in this world of family. Even though I might not know you, but you're family to me. I don't care if you're white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, purple, brown, blue, pink, whatever. We're family.
I agree with Amir because I myself have gone through that. Like, when there was a video about how like people who are in the LGBTQ plus community get bashed in their communities. I opened up just slightly, not a lot, slightly. I just told her to take a nap, and she was like, "Oh, you need God." I didn't know what to say. I just stared at the comment, and then I converted religions. I grew up Muslim, and now I'm Christian. So I'm not saying that because there's something wrong with the religion. Islam is a beautiful religion, but it wasn't for me. And so like I was reading something, a text in Christianity, and people took a picture of that and like posted it on social media to make fun of me, which is kind of weird because why are you in my business? Leave me alone. But anyway, I'm gonna give the mic to somebody else.
Okay. So like I said, there are a lot of people who feel like social media is just like all bad. Like I know I'm kind of switching up like what we were just talking about. But I don't think we should ban social media because there are a lot of people like that want to ban social media. But at the same time, I feel like social media tells us so much, you know? Like everything could be social media. The news could be social media. Like when we think of social media, we think of Instagram, TikTok. But the news is social media, blogs are social media, everything on the internet is social media. And we learn so much from the internet. Like, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be as accepting as we are today. We wouldn't know about world real problems if it wasn't for social media, you know?
Not gonna lie, I feel like nobody should judge a book by its cover, either way. And the only person that can judge you is God. Somebody feel just you bisexual, gay, lesbian, no matter what the case may be. You should never feel judged. Like, not gonna lie, I told my family that I was bisexual, which I'm not, but I'm starting to feel it in a way, and I'm proud to say that I am, because who can judge? No, like only God can judge for who I am. But that's the same thing with social media. Like if you post something about you on social media, can't nobody sit there and judge the comment or the status, whatever the case may be. But my mom, she knows that, and she don't judge me. So as a man, I'm starting to really come out and be proud to say it. I'm not judgeable. I don't see the hate comments or whatever the case may be. But it's a lot to us. It's some positive vibes on social media. Like you can find a job, you can, you know, can most definitely find a job on social media. You can build up your friends and whatnot. And I feel like that's how social media should be in the future. That's how social media should be, just about positive things instead of negative things. And the most important thing that I really do like about social media is the motivation that my family gives me, because I follow only my family. So the motivation they give me, I take it and I just, go from there. Like, it's some positive things about social media, and then you got the negative side. So I don't, like I said, I don't do the social media, so I can't speak about it. But I'm speaking what I know.
I kind of want to connect to what Amir says, because I feel like another thing about social media, everybody knows what being canceled is, right? I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. I feel like people on social media, they shouldn't be able to switch up so easily. Like, let's say, for instance, a celebrity with like 2 million followers were canceled for something they did in the past. Like, y'all were screaming this person's name one day, telling like how much you love them, how supportive you are of them, but just since they made one simple mistake in the past, all of a sudden they're garbage. And like I said, I don't really use social media, but I've heard like on my social media, everything you see on my For You page is just like animals, pets, cooking, the wholesome side of social media. Yes, Amir, I love to bake. I saw that face.
I didn't say
that face.
nothing.
But I love to bake. So I stay on the wholesome side of social media. But when I would hear about these things, like on the rare times that they would pop up on my For You page, I would be like, that's so stupid. Shut up. I would be like, that is so stupid, just for the simple fact. Like, this man went from being so popular to being a nobody in like 2.5.
Wait.
I actually want to hear what Zane has to say. So Zane, can you please like say something?
Rock on.
Let's talk about how you feel about social media. Don't feel pressure.
I feel like social media sometimes could be what word am I trying to look for?
Dangerous, conceited, stupid.
Dangerous because maybe I'm trying to think real quick.
You want me to give you an example of being dangerous on social media? When people, like when little girls are on social media and there's just these grown men texting them. That's dangerous.
That ain't dangerous. That's child protective.
Catfish?
I mean, not child protective.
Not like when, no,
I get what you're saying.
that's not catfishing. It's when little girls, like, how do I say this? There was this one guy on TikTok, right? Every mother knew him. There was several mothers would post videos of their daughters chilling. He would come like this, just like their young daughters, toddlers. I'm talking about, just sitting there.
No, because I know what you're talking about.
That's not a child. Watch your language, number one.
Can I give you
What?
Yes,
That
yes.
ain't nothing to
Give
be
an example.
language
Amir,
about.
please.
Maybe this could be dangerous, but I was just thinking of this example. Parents posting on social media of them disciplining their children, like beating them.
Or parents.
I
posting
mean,
their
as
children
they
on
should.
Or parents posting their children on social media in general. I feel, me personally, I'm never posting my child on social media just for a simple fact. I don't know what could happen. Like anything could find my child. What if my child doesn't like it? How would my child feel?
She ain't gotta like
It's like those YouTube families. I forget which family it's called.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do you think about people getting bullied over the internet, like cyberbullying?
I feel like cyberbullying is the worst thing. Like,
And then when they
you
get,
go, let me see.
can I just say one last thing? And then when they get cyberbullied, they go commit suicide because of it.
I feel like that's not. I feel like when you're being cyberbullied, I've never been cyberbullied because, I don't use social media, so I've never experienced it. But I feel like if you're being cyberbullied, you should tell either, 3 rules. Tell somebody block the person cyberbullying you and maybe just delete your account and stop posting. Because there has to be, like, there's no reason for cyberbullying. People are just mean to be mean, you know? But I don't think there's ever a reason to commit suicide, you know? Because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, you know, to those who have lost people, to like family members, loved ones, or anything because of cyberbullying. I'm just saying there's never a reason to commit suicide. There are people out there who still love you, who still care about you. They may not be here today, they may not be here tomorrow, but one day you will find somebody who loves you.
I want to go back to something you said about like the little girls on social media and people like being like
Afia, what do you think?
After the situation, this conversation, I'd say, there are such things as people who viciously come after certain kids or young adults, those who are inexperienced in the situation, and then they feed off of them when they're least expected, and that gets the kid in some serious trouble, and then later on, and in terms of with family members, it really does hurt when your family members decide to put you on social media against your will, or tease you on social media, when you least expect it, because it's not really something you want to view. Because once you do start getting into social media, you don't want somebody to recognize you off the street for something that happened to you years ago, and you didn't even know that this was even there.
I feel like, especially something you shouldn't do on social media, because my mom did this to me. She posted a diary entry of mine on social media. Everybody in her friends list saw it, and I felt so hurt and disrespected just by the fact, like, it's my diary. Why are you posting it on social media? That is supposed to be private, only for my eyes. But you're looking at it for my whole family to see. And then she showed me the comments. So it was just embarrassing, you know? And then, so I feel like parents shouldn't be posting, like, I feel like, how do I put this? Since babies, they can't consent to being on social media, they don't really got a choice if their parents post them on social media or not. But I feel like if you're a parent, you shouldn't be posting your children on social media just because you don't know what can happen to them. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say about them. Enough about the negative. What about we move on to the positive side of social media?
Oh wait, I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I know I'm probably being aggravated, but now that I have enlightenment in that, I feel like okay, but this is just a story time. I have a stepsister, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Can I just post a picture of him on my close friends? And she's like, I don't know those people. And I was like, why? It's just girls and whatever. And but you really don't know who they could show it to. They could screenshot it and post it themselves. They could because I used to wear a hijab, right? So what on my close friends, I wouldn't be as modest because it was just all girls in there. I didn't feel any reason to. But it got leaked. It wasn't like a news or anything, but it got leaked, and I felt disrespected because they know that I like to keep from at least the neck to the ankles covered, but still they leaked a picture of me wearing a tank top. That hurt me. I felt very disrespected. There were guys coming up to me saying, "Oh, can I be on your close friends?" Like it's creepy. It's creepy, and you're disgusting. I don't feel comfortable posting anything because I don't want random men slobbing over me or my pictures.
So that was interesting to say the least. Definitely get some new friends. And for the positive sides, anyways, actually there are a few positive sides. I remember this is actually something that happened a few days ago. Saturday, actually, my cousin, her phone was off, so she only had access to Instagram because she was at one of her friends in hotspot. Like she had to use their hotspot. But anyways, not the point. Her phone was off. Her phone died. And I remember I was going to the store that night for my grandmother, and my aunt called me over, and she was like so stressed out. She was about to cry because it was 11 o'clock at night, and her daughter still hadn't come home. And she usually doesn't let her daughters go out just for the simple fact, I live in a ghetto neighborhood. You don't know what's going to happen there. And so I'm contacting everybody through Instagram, all of her close friends on Instagram, just for the simple fact I didn't know where she was. Her phone was dead. Nobody could reach her. But a few of her friends were with her. A few of her friends had the friends that she was with numbers. So we eventually found her. We got her an Uber. She came home like 10 minutes later. And she was yelled at, of course, just for making her mom worried. But I feel like that's a good thing to social media. You're able to find people, you know? Especially those you're worried about. And another thing, say you're adopted and you're just trying to reach out to your family. Hey, it's just an example. Say you're adopted and you're trying to reach out to family members who you potentially have somewhere else. You could look through social media, find that family, you know? It's a good way to reconnect with people.
And I do think there are some positive sides because y'all are gonna judge me. But you know, like Native American TikTok? That is a very positive side of TikTok. I don't know, I like seeing them be themselves.
Do you mean culture TikTok? Or ethnicity TikTok?
No, it's specifically it's specifically Native American TikTok. I just like seeing them be themselves. I like seeing them be happy because you know after all they've been through, they deserve happiness. Everyone deserves happiness. So I like that side of TikTok and I want to stay on it forever.
I feel like
I don't like no social media.
I feel like that's another thing. Like I said, most of my For You page is just cooking, baking, stuff like that. But I feel like the few videos that I do see of people just being themselves and being happy, and it makes me happy to see other people happy and allowed to be themselves. Especially, I remember this one specific video. This white woman was married an African man, like pure blood African, and her mother-in-law was teaching her how to make a native, their home type of bread or food or something that involved mixing those. She was wearing their clothes. She even learned a special dance for their wedding. And I just found it so sweet and so inspiring, you know? Because not only, it just showed another way of people being more accepting. Because back in the older days, nobody would have done this. You would have been arrested or sometimes even killed. Because it used to be illegal for those of the opposite races to even with each other. And yeah, I just feel like it was very heartwarming, you know?
Yeah, I agree
listen,
with
I don't do the social media, I don't do the TikTok, I don't do the Instagram. That's on y'all. I ain't got time, I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the patience to be arguing with nobody on Instagram because this happened or I like one of their pictures or who knows.
I feel like social media can also, I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like watching people argue through social media is just,
funny.
It's very funny. I find
What
it
is funny about it?
I'm sorry, but it's just like ratio.
That's wasting breath.
Sometimes it's just nice to see they're how those two people are thinking. What's the point of y'all arguing back and forth over a cake? Because that's the last argument on social media I've seen. They were arguing about how a cake was made, and it was just funny to watch for me. So social media can also be amusing, and while it's bad for people to be arguing over something so stupid, it's also very entertaining. Y'all can't tell me y'all never laughed over something. Okay,
I tried. I laughed.
I'm gonna be very honest because I have laughed over an argument on social media. No, stop. It's just somebody said, "Oh, Beyonce used a Bible scripture as a pad." I feel so bad for laughing at that. I feel so evil.
Wait a minute.
Beyonce is a queen. Beyonce is my mother for real.
Wait a minute. I need to ask you mine here. Have you ever laughed at an argument on Instagram?
Or social media
social media in general.
Laughed over people arguing in the comments.
Over dumb stuff.
Like people arguing in the comments?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's LOL worthy. I don't think I've ever personally
Nobody
laughed.
uses LOL no more, but okay.
I use LOL.
I don't think nobody uses them anymore.
What do you
Let me ask her fit.
Okay, Mr. Khalif, have you Mr. Khalif, he's our producer. Have you ever laughed over somebody arguing over social media?
Officially, I cannot comment.
That's a yes. That's a solid yes.
No, wait.
Afia, have you ever
Something
laughed
is
over
wrong with
somebody
y'all.
arguing in the comments?
Laughing over
I don't
comments is dumb.
I myself
Even
never.
commenting in general is just
Let her talk.
I myself never really pay attention to comments. I don't really go on social media. Actually,
Thank you.
I'm not on.
Right on.
I don't have TikTok or Facebook or
I do.
Twitter or any of that stuff. But I do have YouTube, but I don't really pay attention to the comments. I just watch the video and see what happens.
Right on.
Because like I don't know, maybe
But some things they say can be comical, but not everything they do is to be laughed at.
Thank you.
because I don't know. I rarely get on argument TikTok because I'm mostly on like baby TikTok and Christmas TikTok. Don't ask why. It makes me happy. Let me live my life. But yeah, stop it because I see you laughing. So what if I celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ? Y'all can't judge me. No.
I mean, I believe in God, so I can't say nothing.
So, can I say something about that? I feel like another good thing for social media, like YouTube especially, y'all know how they have like this whole
Subscribe
section.
button.
Shush. Y'all know how they have this whole section just for toddlers and babies. I feel like that is so wholesome because like it's incredibly stupid what they post. Like I don't need to see Spider-Man being crushed underneath a moving car.
I would.
Okay.
I should
But
do that.
like watching my brother watch it and like watching him like learn his colors because some of them are educational. Watching him learn his colors, learn his ABCs and numbers, it just makes me so happy. And I'll be cheering him on the sidelines like, yay, go, like you know.
No,
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
sorry. I hate baby YouTube because look, I have a nephew and I understand. Come on now.
Hey, is it
Come on now.
This
Come
is
on
supposed
now.
to be for all audiences.
It's just I had to watch over my nephew. Shout out to him. I love you. But the thing he would watch, it was like goo goo colors. Yay!
Okay, enough about baby. Enough about baby.
Wait a minute. I ain't gonna hold you. I still watch Peppa Pig. Yeah, what? So what?
Y'all, have y'all ever watched PBS Kids? Because I was
Yeah, I still watch
I was raised on PBS Kids.
I ain't
PBS
gonna
Kids
hold you. I
forever.
still watch Elmo too. I don't care.
I swear.
Elmo's well.
What's your favorite PBS Kids TV show?
I like when she be drawing in
I
the
gotta give it to
sand.
Bill, not a science guy. I'm sorry.
PBS Kids?
Yep, I'm sorry. I got
I feel like I love Wildcats. What about you, Afia?
I like to watch a variety of things on PBS Kids.
What about you, Zay? What was your no? You didn't have a favorite PBS Kids show? Do y'all know what Cubo is?
Yes.
Who is that?
Cuba was a channel that you can't really get anywhere else. It's
Kubo?
you have to have a cable or something.
Yeah.
And you can't get
My sister had a cable, like one of those things.
Oh, it's
hanging
now
in a-
it's 6:43.
Hey,
Hey. All right. 1973 Cuba.
what?
We gotta go. So, Pete, next week is police brutality. I'm so excited. Anyway, okay. Shout out to Khalifa. I keep saying Khalifa. Is it Khalifa or Khalifa? Khalifa. So I did have it right.
Yeah.
So shout out to my producer Khalifa. Shout out to my beautiful YP family. And down there too.
Shamani. Shout out to our loving
Shout out to
supporter.
Shamani for not being here on Thursday, but it is what it is.
But anyway, bye.
So,
Any
This was
questions,
the-
comments? I ain't gonna lie to you, this was a random podcast.
can I please do my exit? Thank
You already did it.
Shut up. Thank you for listening to my podcast on
Yay.
social media. It is Impact. I know it got a little bit crazy, but we are family, and family is supposed to be comfortable. We will see you all next week for police brutality.